Twitch's new voice clipping feature sucks, so let me start by showing you how to turn it off. So from your Twitch dashboard, you want to go to Settings. Under Settings, you will find Stream, then scroll down to the Clips section until you see Create Clips with Voice command and turn that off. That's it. Now I'm going to show you a couple of other clipping methods, and if you really want to do a voice command, that's also included, and then we'll discuss the workflow of publishing those clips. In OBS Studio, we're going to go ahead and click on Settings. And under Output, we're going to look for Replay Buffer. So when I activate this, it will clip for the past 30 seconds. And we can make it as big as we want, really, and also limit the file size. If you're wondering what the quality will be, this will depend on your recording quality. For mine, it's indistinguishable quality, large file size. Then you want to go back to General. And under Output, you want to set Automatically Start Replay Buffer when streaming, because Replay Buffer needs to be activated and stay active while you're streaming in order to work, to be able to clip stuff. Click Apply and OK, and you're good. So that's Replay Buffer. It captures pretty much exactly what you see on stream, but in way better quality because it doesn't have the whole broadcasting stream compression. It's perfect for making high-quality YouTube videos later out of your clips. The second method is Backtrack from Aitum Vertical. That's a free plugin for OBS Studio. And basically, this will give you an extra canvas in OBS that is vertical. So you can already set up your camera, already set up your gameplay to be TikTok ready, basically. Once you have that plugin installed, you can go to Docs, go down until you see Aitum Vertical. Now, mine's going to be a little bit different because I have the whole Aitum streaming suite. But if you only have Aitum Vertical, you should be able to go into your settings for Aitum Vertical, which will vaguely look like this. You'll be able to set up the recording path, how much time you wanted to record in the past, the maximum memory. It's basically the exact same thing as the replay buffer pretty much, but you're setting it up for the vertical one. You might have the option to also have it on automatically. Set that on just like the replay buffer. Now let's go back to our settings. This time we'll find hotkeys. And under your hotkeys, you will have some options related to this backtrack and also for the replay buffer. So what I like to do is have save vertical backtrack. You can see I set it to Control-Alt, Tab F11, and then under replay buffer where it says save replay buffer, I have Control-Alt Tab F6. Yes, MAJ is French keyboard. I'm not gonna lie, if you want a very simple setup that you can just press on your keyboard, make those two the exact same shortcut and just press it when you want to record both of them, but it doesn't stop there. So now you have a way to clip both landscape and portrait mode for the best quality clips you can possibly get. But something is missing, your actual clip on your Twitch channel. If someone goes visit your channel and they want to see your best clips, you want that clip to be there too, right? Now, of course, you could upload it if you're affiliate, but it's better to immediately have it there. And that's where my Elgato Stream Deck comes into play. Do not worry if you don't have a Stream Deck. I'm going to show you how to do it without a Stream Deck. But for me personally, right now, what I'm using is this button right there, which is a multi-action button. I have the Stream Deck plugin installed. I have the Twitch plugin installed. So in the OBS options, I make it save the replay buffer. So that's my landscape clip. Here, I set just a custom hotkey. So that's my vertical clip. And then in the Twitch settings, I make it create a stream marker if I want to go back, look at my highlights and figure out what happened where. And I also make it create a Twitch clip. That way I have all bases covered and my clips are present everywhere. Now, if I was big brain, the Stream Deck can play sounds. I would go under soundboard, play audio, and then I'd find a very non-intrusive, camera shutter sound. Go find that file right there. Don't make it too loud, but now every time I press the button and it actually successfully does all of those tasks, I get an audio cue. But what if you don't have a Stream Deck and you want all of those options or even more? I'm glad you asked. We're going to be using Streamer.bot for that. Please do not be intimidated. Most of the options you see on Streamer.bot, I've never used. If you want to see a quick 5-minute tutorial on how to set up Streamer.bot to make it work with OBS and your Twitch, go watch it on my channel. But for now, we're going to go to our actions and cues. And under actions, we are going to create a brand new action. So I'm going to right click here. This is where my actions are. We're going to call our action clipping. And then here, it's extremely simple. Sub-actions is the exact action it's going to do in order. And then up top, you have the triggers. What is going to trigger those actions, right? So in our Stream Deck, if you remember, we had save the replay buffer. Now, if Streamer.bot is connected to OBS, you can right click, go to add, go to OBS Studio, and literally read the options that you have with OBS Studio. Take a mental note and then use them later. Anyways, replay probably has to do with the replay buffer. Then set replay buffer state, which is not super clear. They should have given you all the options separately. And it opens up this little menu, which will give you the option between start the replay buffer, stop the replay buffer, or just save it. Let's click save and okay. Congrats, you created an action that will save the replay buffer. Second one we had was a keyboard shortcut. So we're gonna go to add, we're gonna go to core, we'll go to system and keyboard press. So we had modifier, it was Control Alt Shift and F11. So scroll down until you find F11. On top of that, you have the option to go even further, like F24. Let's go F11. So Control Alt Shift F11. Boom. Then we had create a stream marker. Right click, add. We're probably gonna go to Twitch and just read the options until you find something that sounds like stream marker. I found it under channel. There's create stream marker, and you can see that create clip is on top of it. So we're gonna go right back. Okay, it even allows you to add a description to each stream marker. That's pretty cool. Oh, you have to put a description. Auto clip. Right click, add, Twitch, channel, create a clip. It's asking for a clip title and a duration. Duration, we're gonna go 60 seconds. And title, we're gonna be auto clip. Click OK. And we pretty much did it. Now I'm gonna right click, go to add, core, sounds, play sound, sound file to play, find my shutter sound. I can even test it, lower the volume a little bit. And there we go. So now all we have left is to select the trigger. Now, this is where you can make it a chat command, exclamation mark clip, for example. You could make it a channel point trigger, put it at 1 million points so no one else actually triggers it. But it would be complicated for you while you're live to go on your channel point and then set it up. That would suck. We want something that is easy to set up. You can make it a keyboard shortcut because triggers can also be keyboard shortcuts. Core inputs, key press. You can make it even a mouse click. Every time you click your mouse, it takes a clip. So here, if you don't have a Stream Deck, you can actually click on capture key and then Control, Shift, and F6 or something, right? And click save key. So while you're live, if you press this combination, it'll trigger all of that. On top of it, it will give you a sound when you successfully did it. Okay, and you will see the trigger appear up top here. I'm gonna delete that. Streamer.bot has voice control, so if you really want to do the whole Twitch voice command, hey chat, clip that, we can do that too. You'll see here that I disabled everything and I played the sound at the top just because we're going to test the voice command stuff, okay? So in Streamer.bot, you want to go at the bottom here until you see voice control, and then you're going to click on it. You're going to go to settings to set it up. You want to make sure that auto listen is on. That means that you start Streamer.bot, it's going to start listening for your voice. You want to click on start listening the first time you set it on. But most importantly, you want your correct audio input device to be selected here. So that's your microphone, okay? Confidence threshold, I used to have this at 0, but I had set it up to 1 and it seemed to have better results. Once you have all of that in and you want to make sure that it's actually capturing your voice, what you can do is scroll down a little bit, go to log, and then on top here, it's going to say what you're saying. Basically, it's going to log it in. See what I mean? So if you have a heavy accent or you don't speak English at all, this is a good way to find out which words it seems to be picking up perfectly every single time so that you can set your command to that, okay? It doesn't have to be clip this or clip that or Twitch clip this or clip it. It can be banana, 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 banana. Since it seems to be capturing banana pretty well, I could make my command banana. Anyways, let's go down here. Let's go to commands and let's create a brand new command. Again, we are under voice control, so this is going to be a voice command. I can just right click, click add, name your command, and then the command here is going to be the word that it should be listening for. Let's go with clip it. Now location is, does the word have to be just that? Does it have to be at the start of whatever you're saying? Or can it be anywhere? You can put it to anywhere, but you're definitely going to have some false positives. I'm going to override global and set this to 1. So 1% minimum. I believe it works like that. So if it's at least 1% sure that you said that, it's going to clip it. Okay? Click OK. And now we'll go back to our action and we'll right click on the trigger spot, go to add, go to core, voice control. And this has been acting weird. Sometimes command works, sometimes dictation works. I'm gonna set it to dictation. And when it says voice control, I'm going to choose clip it. Click OK. And now when I say the word clip it, it clips. And now you can know live while you're streaming if it does indeed clip it. Yes. So I encourage you to actually spend time testing it to make sure that it actually triggers every single time so that you're not in the middle of a stream saying clip it, clip it, clip it, clip it all the time, right? All right, let's talk about publishing those clips. We're going to separate our publishing techniques into 3 categories. The perfectionist, which is not a good thing in this context. The professional, believe it or not, this is in order. Perfectionist, bad. Pro is in the middle. Lazy is good. The perfectionist will go into their Twitch dashboard, go to the clip section after every stream, and then they will find, clips that were made during the last stream, and they will edit them. They will make sure that the clip is trimmed right and that the layout is correct. Okay, that is perfect, just like that. If they want to feature the clip, it can be here. If they want to add captions, if they make sense, they will do that too. Then click apply, save the clip, click yes, wait a little bit, refresh the page, and then maybe add them to their story. Okay, that's on Twitch, and that only stays on Twitch. But then they'll also edit the clip that they got from Aitum Vertical in their favorite editing software. So Premiere or DaVinci Resolve, they'll make sure that the sound is perfect. So if they need to add an extra compressor, noise reducer, and since this is the clip from the replay buffer, it's going to be higher quality than what's ultimately on Twitch. They're also going to add the captions from there. And the truth is, this is going to take an hour, maybe 2, depending on the length of the clip and how much stuff they really want to add. And the thing is, when you bring a clip into Premiere or DaVinci Resolve, you feel like adding more stuff. When they're done editing the clip, they have to send it to their mobile. Because of course, TikTok desktop is amazing. You can post whatever you want, add music, edit, captions and all that. But Instagram doesn't let you upload Reels directly from desktop. And YouTube Shorts doesn't let you add music, for example, from desktop. So it has to go through mobile. If it's a gaming clip, most likely it doesn't need music, but you never know. You never know. Either way, it's best to have it on mobile because you can post everywhere with all the options possible. I added the airdrop logo, and then they can post it everywhere on every social media platform. And they can even post the landscape version because they probably edited that too, if that's what they prefer. Websites like Threads or X or Blue Sky, landscape stuff does pretty well actually. We'll go through the pros and cons later, but let's get to the second person. The pro will also trim and edit the clip on Twitch and then post it as a story, but they'll actually skip a step, which is the editing on PC, in favor of sending it directly to mobile. And here we are talking about like the Aitum Vertical clip, for example. Edit in one app. What I recommend is editing in TikTok, adding the captions and all that, and then downloading it to post everywhere else. TikTok is kind of the best, although Instagram has an app called Edit, and that is if you're not gonna edit in CapCut. My personal advice, bring it into TikTok, set your settings to download, so as soon as you publish it, you actually download it without a watermark, and then you can post it everywhere else. No landscape version, just the TikTok one. Now, how does the lazy go about it? The lazy will edit and trim the clip and post it as a story on Twitch. But then there are 2 options, and the options are: 1, if you go to your clips and you go to the share button right here and you click on either one of them, you'll be able to share to YouTube, to TikTok, to Instagram, and even to Snapchat directly. So you have the option to post. I don't know what the YouTube one looks like because I don't have anything connected to YouTube, but on Instagram, you have the option to post directly. Snapchat, I'm guessing, is probably the same thing, but TikTok gives you the option to send the draft. Okay, so option number 1 is just publish, kind of like the laziest way. Is just go in here, type a caption. As you can see here, the clip title is already there, plus hashtag your name, plus hashtag Twitch, and you can just go publish, 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 and then you're done. The second option is a little less lazy, and it would be to send the draft to TikTok and basically do the rest of what we did here. So edit in one app and then manually post it everywhere else. Just for the sake of this graph, we're gonna go with option number 2, but please do remember option number 1 if you are particularly lazy. And please remember, when I say the word lazy, it is not negative. Actually, it's the best thing that you can do. We're gonna go over the pros and cons here. The perfectionist, you're gonna have high quality clips, okay? When people click on your pages, they're gonna be like, wow, this is really high quality. This is really well made. The captions are amazing. And that's about it for the pros. The con is, this is not sustainable. You're gonna do this for 1 week, maybe 2 weeks. First of all, the amount of clips you're going to be able to post in a day is going to be, way smaller than anyone else. So you're not going to be very consistent with the amount of clips that you post. And on top of that, your clips where you spend the most effort are probably going to flop and it's going to destroy you mentally and you're not going to continue. It's high effort, very, very low reward. Now, the pro method, nothing really wrong with it. In fact, on certain platforms, if you focus on certain platforms like TikTok and Instagram, I believe you can schedule on TikTok. You just schedule your post. You can sit down for 25 minutes and actually get a bunch of clips done. At least 3 clips a day, you can get that done pretty easily. The only annoying part is the sending it to mobile in the first place, and this is what I currently do actually for certain clips. Sometimes I do the lazy way. The only con here is that, well, your clips quality will have a little bit of compression to it. It'll look exactly as it appears on stream. Oh no. And the lazy one here is you will be able to not worry about spending time on TikTok and like looking for the perfect sounds and thinking about trends and thinking about this and thinking about that. In fact, you probably won't be on those apps at all because you could publish directly from Twitch. All you have to do is trim the clip, edit the placement, share it directly from Twitch, post it as your story, and there you go. You just successfully posted it on Twitch, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, maybe not on X, but it doesn't matter. Actually, let me delete that because we are lazy right now. There you go. Get out of here. So yeah, with this method, you can just chill and, I don't know, 10 minutes to post a couple of clips if you want to schedule them, or you can just sit down. One clip takes you 5 minutes, and then later on during the day, you take another 5 minutes to post another clip, and then you take another 5 minutes later on, and you have 3 clips per day, and it's effortless virtually. Again, you're going to have the same quality as the stream. So if your stream is low quality, it's going to be low quality. But this method is super easy to stay consistent and to really share volumes of clips, basically, to really have the quantity. And if your streams are great and you do get quality clips, that's the quality, right? That's one thing I want to say. If your clips need heavy editing to be good, to be watchable, if you feel like it's impossible to share a clip from your live stream without heavy editing because it's going to be boring otherwise, then your clips are boring. Then I don't want to say it, but then your clips are boring. I'm not going to say your live stream is boring. Maybe it's just a clipping issue, but most likely, you know, something needs to happen. Your stream needs to be good enough and entertaining enough that when you're clipping, the best part of it, it is entertaining. It holds its own. Okay. In other words, we have self-sabotage, we have normal difficulty, and then we have easy difficulty. One last thing I need to mention is the services that provide auto clipping. And it's basically using AI to analyze your stream in real time sometimes, and it creates its own clips. So you go to their website at the end of your stream and you'll see a bunch of clips that it created, sometimes already formatted with captions, just ready to go, kind of. I've been sponsored by a couple of them in the past, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't use them anymore. It could be a solution if you can guarantee that every little step of your VOD is absolutely entertaining. But the truth is, the AI is going to cut your stuff awkwardly, and it's not going to let you go back and actually trim it better. The captions are going to be false at certain points. So you're going to have to go back and edit that. And on top of that, most of those services are paid services, and it's not cheap and it's never cheap. The free versions are going to put a watermark. They're going to limit the quality output or the number of clips that you can post. All of that for a service that basically requires you to go back and fix whatever. Sometimes it will get a good clip, but more often than not, it's going to be a clip that you're like, why did it clip that? So you'll end up with a bunch of unusual stuff. When it comes to the workflow, you're going to go back and change the captions and change the way it's formatted and look at clips. You're going to spend time watching clips that it took just to be like, oh, this is useless. If the goal is to spend less time in order to publish this stuff so you can focus on the stream, you're going to waste a lot of time, not going to lie. So it's up to you to decide. If you want to use one of those companies, I've been pushing those like really hard. They're paying people to tell you, hey, this is the best solution. AI is amazing. They've paid me in the past to say that is great. I never lied in my sponsorships, but I can tell you that in the end, it's never been something that was as practical as they make it sound. And trust me, I'm throwing away a lot of money just telling you this right now in this video. So yeah, I wanted to mention it. Companies watching this, do not DM me. I don't care. Well, yeah, but my service, I don't care. Moral of the story is make sure to post everywhere and also follow me everywhere.